Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. This is Irit talking to you on the HipKit Club YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we have here lots of inspiration, and also make sure you check all the social media, whether you're a member or subscriber or not. You can be inspired and see all the stuff the design team is making with the kids. There's a new design team, lots and lots of talent, and I've seen the layouts, and yeah, they're gorgeous. I was definitely inspired myself. So I wanted to use these adorable frames from Maggie Holmes from her new collection, Willow Lane, I want to say it's called. And I have these cute photos of Lily, and one has my husband also in it. I don't know, we were just going to leave the house and she started making all these poses and yelling around that she's a superhero, which I'm all for it. So there's enough time for the harsh reality of the world. In the meantime, she can be a superhero. So I actually saw the layout that Victoria Marie made. I'm so excited to have her on the team. She's so talented. I've followed her for years and years, and I saw the layout that she made, and I was really inspired by a few things. I think what makes it, what ends up on my page here is from her layout that was inspiring to me, is just the layers of paper. So I started it with layering a few of the pattern papers, and you'll see how this develops. I don't end up using not this background and not that heart paper, but I'm going to use layers of this gorgeous floral matted on one of the other pattern papers from the kit, and I think I'm only using Maggie Holmes product here. So my basic idea was to have these patterned papers, strips, attached or leading up to my photos. And there are so many different designs you can create with this basic idea, and I kept most of my process here. I think at some point I just felt like I needed to switch off the camera to see how I can position things in the way that I like it, but most of it is on camera, so you can see me auditioning different papers, trying different things. I thought about using pattern paper, then I thought about using this pink cardstock, but I don't know, the papers were just too much of the same thing. It looked samey, just too much. So I end up using white cardstock. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with white cardstock, even though I wanted to use pattern paper, but I don't know, somehow it just felt right to use white cardstock. So that's what I'm going to do. And you'll see how I play with this. I mean, I think at the end there's not a lot of like anything super new to what I'm starting with, but because it's just a different design for me, sometimes it takes time to get it right. And you know, as a designer, I really try to give you something new, give you fresh ideas. So I try not to repeat myself too often, but I think this basic idea can be customized in so many different ways, and can really play with it and have a lot of fun, use different backgrounds, use different pattern papers, do the strips of pattern papers all across your page, diagonally, vertically. Did I say diagonally? I mostly meant horizontally and vertically. So yeah, lots and lots of possibilities. Okay, after moving things around for way too long, I decided it was time to commit to something, and this I was happy with, but everything else I'm still going to move around a lot. And yeah, I really like the concept of having these strips of paper coming all the way to the edge, and then either you know, coming from the side or from the top. I was just playing around with it. I thought I would go for 3 of these elements, meaning photos or something connected to these strips of paper. And I do end up doing that, but there is a lot of fussing and moving around stuff along the way. So you're just seeing now what I did. Basically, I was just moving things around. I wasn't sure. It's really not my usual kind of composition, not my usual kind of design. I usually have, you know, one main cluster that includes my photos and then my title and then embellishments, and here it was different elements, arranging them on the page. And yeah, it took me time. So the more you do something, the easier it gets. That's true for pretty much everything. And I think this is the case here, but I was trying something a little bit different for me. So it took a while. It took some work. So at some point I decided I could also commit to that title, and I know it's grammatically not the best, so cute always, but that's how things nestled, and you can you have to consider the nestling. And yeah, definitely also inspired by Jan Scow and her nestling. So I wanted to say always so cute. So that's what it's going to say, kind of. But I just felt that looked really nice. I thought about using the word dream that came in the sticker sheet of the Maggie Holmes collection, but I don't know, it was too colorful, and I end up keeping this rather monochromatic, I would say. Mostly those blues and then some pops of teal. Again, more moving around, more playing. I thought about adding more strips of these pattern papers, and those are from one of those pattern papers which had a lot of different patterns in strips. Sorry, that was a really bad way of describing it, but that's where I got them, and you can see that I again went for the creamy colors and the blues. And yeah, I end up not doing that. I also added that little chipboard bird, which I think is really cute, and then that little chipboard piece that says happy happy. I added that below the word always. So here I decided, okay, I want to position the photo here because I think it works really well with the other elements that I already have on the page. And then I added my pattern paper to it. So that just made the whole positioning easier for me. And yeah, I really like how that looks. And now I'm going to try to cut it, and nothing works because I have those super dimensional frames, so I can't fit it into my trimmer. But my handy scissors come to the rescue, and all is well in Scrappyland again. Those stars, I want to use them. That panda bear, I want to use it. Stars are going to make it. The panda bear, unfortunately, not in this layout. And here came another moving around things session, trying out different stuff, trying to find something that I really, really liked. And I was always going back and forth with like thinking, do I want to add another large element here, or do I like it as it is? And this again comes down to personal preference and your personal style. I think that looks good. I should have done that, but no, I didn't. You'll see what I end up making. I did think that the page needed something else there at the top. It was a little bit too bare for my personal preferences. Again, really depends on what you like. And here I was trying to build a cluster and also cover that edge of the pattern paper, because that edge is not something I want to show, and that also looks good. Really, when I see things in the video, I'm a lot less critical than I am when I'm trying things out. But I don't know, I wanted it to be perfect. I think what I had there at first with a little butterfly. I think that looked really good. This is too much. I didn't want to bring in the yellow, and it was just a bit much. I think mostly the yellow is bothering me here, so that's going to go off. Yeah, I wanted to show you, I could have really edited this down and just keep the more relevant parts, but I wanted to show you that this is also how things happen for me. It doesn't always come together super easily, super fast, especially when you're trying, or when I'm trying to do something a little bit different and explore different styles, different designs, different compositions. So it takes time, this process, and I don't know, I guess it doesn't really, I don't think I really got frustrated. Probably the more annoying part was that I kept getting interrupted by, people in the house. But, oh, that also looks good. I should have done that. I really like how that looks with the house and the butterfly, but I didn't. So you'll see eventually I get there, but I just, I tried all kinds of things. And things that help are to have, I think, keeping your color scheme kind of limited. I think that helps a lot with just narrowing down your options. And yeah, it helps when you have less possibilities. At least that's how it works for me. So the house, I really wanted to use it because also I took these photos in our house or like right next to it. So I thought it would be an appropriate one to use, and it does end up on the layout. So yay! Still moving things around. What can I say? Sometimes it's a bit of a struggle, and I think here I'm soon going to reach some sort of epiphany and make this work for me. So that butterfly, I'm committing to it. It's going to be attached to my page right there. It has the right colors and it just works there. And now I decided to use some more chipboard because why not? And that fox, yes, that fox is going to save me. Ooh, that reminds me that I actually didn't use the house. Yes, I used the fox. So the fox just looked right there, and you see, I decided, okay, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to bring a tag, people. And I really liked how that looked, and that was kind of it. So that just happened. And then I was trying, okay, let's try to fit another tag. But I couldn't make it work. So we just stayed with the one. But that happened really fast after, nothing was working for a long, long time. This suddenly worked. So the tag is, of course, from the ephemera pack from the same collection. It's really nice to have all these things that just coordinate. You don't have to think about it, but also the kits, everything just works together. So you get a more eclectic collection and not just the one manufacturer or one collection. I mean, you get a more eclectic selection, not collection. Did I say collection? Anywho, we have another minute and a half to go. So I want to remind you, now I'm just adding some small embellishes, some hearts, some stars, those good stuff. I wanted to remind you to check out all the HipKit Club social media stuff for inspiration, and definitely the best place to hang out with us is in the Facebook member forum. So we chat, we're there, the whole design team is there, and thousands of other crafters, scrapbookers. We share our creations. You don't have to use the kits. That's what I love about the member forum. It's open for everyone. Yes, most of what we share is from the kits, but not just. We have challenges every week. You can win gift cards. You don't need the same products to participate. So it's just a really lovely, supportive community. It's strictly scrap related, and yeah, it's just a very, very positive place to be and chat with fellow scrapbookers and get inspired. So please, please, please join us there. Of course, I'm there. You can always tag me and chat with me. I'm happy to. And yeah, that's it. So the one thing I have to add is the date. I added my journaling on just some strips of white paper, and I stamped the date with some StazOn ink on one of the stickers. And that's my finished layout. Feel free to scrap lift, copy, be inspired. That's what it's here for, to inspire you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.